Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about what I hate about my Platinum fountain pens and how to fix it. Now, I'm not saying Platinum fountain pens are bad by any means. They're actually really good pens. But I think that Platinum could have taken a couple extra steps to just make them that much better. A couple of things they could have done to really improve their pens drastically. But there's no worries. You can definitely do it yourself, improve the pens yourself, and that's what we're going to talk about in this video. So make sure you stay till the end. So first we're going to talk about my Platinum Preppy. Now this was my first Platinum pen and I actually really enjoyed it. The main reason why I bought this Platinum Preppy was I wanted to try out the carbon inks. And so I started to kind of write with this pen, and as time went on I started to find an issue with this pen, and the issue was with the barrel. So everything was fine. I actually have the carbon ink cartridge in this pen, but the barrel just kept getting loose every time I picked this pen up to try to use it. Whether I had the cap on or not, I would grab it and the barrel was always getting loose. I have seen a lot of people do reviews on these pens and they all have cracks, either cracks on their grip section or on the barrel, because they're probably tightening it way too hard. But it makes sense why people would try to tighten their barrel harder every single time, because if you try to do it soft, it's always going to come undone and you're going to start picking it up and then it's going to get loose, and then it's just a headache. It makes it feel a lot cheaper. But there's actually a way so you guys can fix it yourself, and that's by adding a little O-ring right there. Now after this pen, I actually went ahead and got myself the Platinum Plaisir. Now this is an all aluminum pen. It's pretty much the same as the Platinum Preppy in the grip section as well as the nib, but just this is outfitted with all aluminum cap and barrel. Now what I noticed is that this has the same exact issue where the barrel just gets loose over time. You're using it and then it's loose. There's nothing really keeping it tight. It's very just feels cheap. Again, I didn't like that, so I started to do a little bit of browsing around Amazon, and I saw that automotive O-rings are really expensive actually. So it wasn't a viable action. But then I noticed you can actually get 10mm O-rings for ear gauges, and you can get them in a pack of 100 for $7. So it's extremely cheap. And so here are two O-rings that I'm going to use for this video. I'm going to show you how to just easily just by adding these two O-rings, and they're really cheap. Like I said, a pack of 100 of these gauges. These are for ear stretching. So these are the O-rings that go in the back of the piercing. These are 10mm and they're extremely cheap. 100 pack for $7 is really nice. It'll last you for years. So here are two of them, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to just improve your Platinum pens. Any Platinum pen you can improve with this. You slide the O-ring over the cartridge. You're going to have to kind of pull a little bit on the side of the O-ring to kind of get it over that little lip. There, it's over, and then you kind of drag it around the threads. So there we go. It's around the threads, and now it's snug against the little plastic. And now all you're gonna do is grab your barrel. It wasn't flush. Let me see. Okay, there we go. You grab your barrel, and now you have a little O-ring, and you feel that pressure because of the O-ring, and now it feels like a totally new pen. The O-ring doesn't protrude. It actually helps it seal this little kind of cap a little more, because it provides a little bump, that O-ring, and it actually looks pretty good. It looks stock. It doesn't look like I added an O-ring in it. And just look at that. It just looks way better. You can't even tell that I added an O-ring myself. And to be honest, it's actually tight now. When I try to unscrew it, it unscrews easily. And then I put the barrel back on, and you can feel the tightness, and that's also going to prevent from cracking any of the plastics. A lot of the time people crack their Platinum pens because, I'll show you right here, So you see, that was loose. It was loose. I just took this apart and the barrel was already loose. And that's what I hate about these Platinum pens. But again, all you have to do, put this little rubber O-ring. Again, it's a 10mm rubber O-ring for ear gauges. So if you want to look that up yourself, you can go on Amazon and find and look for the 10mm, exactly 10mm rubber O-rings for ear gauges. Again, I got a pack of 100 for just $7. Very, very cheap. I'm just getting over that lip. That lip is the only hardest part to really kind of get going. Pretty much have to grab the O-ring and pull it over onto the plastic. Okay, once it's over the plastic, you just kind of slide the O-ring all the way to the base, and there we go. The O-ring is in there. Put the barrel squeezes real snug up against the O-ring, and it literally fixes the pens drastically. Boom. Now you're done. Again, you can barely, even on this clear Platinum Preppy, you can barely tell that that's an aftermarket O-ring. It looks like it's part of the pen, and that's why I say Platinum could have easily added O-rings on their fountain pens and it would have improved, but I guess it's an extra charge. So there, easy. And it's never gonna get loose. You're never gonna over squeeze. You're never gonna crack your barrel. You're never gonna crack your grip section. It just made the pen that much better. So if you liked this video, I'm gonna be adding these O-rings to the description in the below, so go check them out. And if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and let me know if this O-ring helped you.